Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United, people. All things Manchester United, brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, and I'm joined by my brother from the best coast, which is the West Coast, in the building. Eddie is here. Eddie, how you doing, my guy? You good?
Another day, another dub, my boy. I'm good, man. I'm good. It's like I feel like a parent right now, who split. You got that one child going for the Nobel Peace Prize, and you got that other
Okay.
child, out there hanging around for them streets. So, and we don't got to talk about who's who and what's what, but I'm doing well, my brother. How you
No, I'm
doing?
glad. I'm glad you're doing all good. I'm doing all good. Always look forward to the ManDem United podcast, which is
Yeah.
Fridays. You get it on Fridays 6:30. People, Ivorium couldn't make this one, but it'll be back next week on the Friday edition. Because when it's European football, people, we don't do the Tuesday one. When it's Champions League that day. But everybody, please make sure you get your comments and questions in. Make sure you do so. Comments and questions, but keep them Manchester United related, please. Big up everyone that's supporting. And please make sure whether you're watching this live right now or whether you're watching this back after the live, hit that like button. Vitally important you do that. As soon as you land, before you do anything, hit that like button, share this across all the socials, and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. It is road to 5K. So make sure you hit that notification bell, people. Make sure you do so. And someone's already mentioned it in the chat. So we're gonna get to that. We will, don't worry, we will get to that. And it's interesting, Eddie, when you said another day, another dub. Like, that's pretty much what it is with Manchester United. We're putting in good performances and getting good results. That's why I titled this Manchester United's good form continues. West Ham up next. So more so, I'm not gonna really ask you about Sheriff too tough, but just
Yeah.
how Manchester United have been playing recently, because we've had the Sheriff game, the
Yeah.
Chelsea game, the Omonia game in between that. We had the Newcastle game, the Everton game as well. So just your thoughts on our recent good form, not only just in results, but also in the performances as well.
Yeah, the performances have been professional. And I think, I think because of where we've been, the like at least for the last 5 years, I want to say,
Yes,
you
for real.
know, people forgot what high level professionalism looks like.
Yeah.
Um, Boy, just putting in professional performances, man, especially when you give them the sense of direction that they need. It's very easy for you to be hands off, let them handle it. They're good enough, you
Yeah.
know. I talk about it all the time with our squad. People might not rate our squad. I don't know why. But when I always look at the collection of talent that we put on the pitch to start out with,
Mm-hmm.
right? I say, heck, there's only about 3 teams whose players I choose, like majority I choose over us in this league. And I
Okay.
think it's kind of a stretch. I'd say I'd say Man City for sure.
Definitely.
I'd say Man City for sure. Um, I think when it comes to Chelsea, our teams are comparable. I don't think there's too much of a discrepancy in any areas between
Agreed.
ourselves and what they have. Especially, you could have said the goalkeeper, but De Gea has improved the level, and so it's a bit closer. Defenders, we're right there. Midfield, we're right there. Attacking, we're right there. We're mirror images of each other,
We
sharing
are
some of
very close.
the same problems when it comes to finishing. Tottenham is shit. That's the history. There's not too many players. The only one is Kane. At this point, I'm taking Anthony over Son. Um,
Okay.
Maybe Son over Sancho due to recent performances, but building forward, I'd rather have Sancho.
I get your
Um,
point.
yeah, Kulachevsky's a nice, solid player, but Rashford, more proven. Compared, if we're just talking technical ability, like Rashford's an apex tryhard. Like he's an alpha tryhard. So he has the athletic ability to be special, but the technical ability of a tryhard, which is why it doesn't. You get a lot of this, so it doesn't mix well. Yeah, and so Casemiro in the midfield, Ericsson. It's like you seen that meme of the dragon. with the three-headed dragon.
Yeah. I have seen that.
Faces, and then they're going out there looking like an idiot.
Yeah.
The idiot part is Bruno. So I can go Casemiro, I can go Ericsson, and then the idiot face is Bruno, right? So I'm good there too.
Yeah.
So long story short, man, our performances have been what I expect of this team of a given. Now, when they raise the level is my question, right? Because I look at us compared to our competition, a loss should not be in the equation. They've done that, right? They've done that. What I need is the wins now. Like the Newcastle draw, not the biggest fan. I understood that we were kind of down a couple men. I think at that point in time, Rashford was ill for a little bit. Ericsson was out the group. And Fred didn't have, if I remember correctly, Fred didn't have the greatest of games. And I think that's because of what the game, it was a midfield battle.
And we still had chances in that game to win it.
Still had chances in that game, though. You see what I'm saying? So again, hey, Murtaza, go somewhere else with that foolishness about Sancho. You out here reaching.
Well, we'll talk about it. We will. Big up Months as well. Make sure you lot go subscribe to Big Six Months. Make sure big up Months every single time. Shout out Months. But yeah, go on, Months.
I'm gonna call that brother BAFTA Months, man. Gonna get that award sometime soon, man. Yeah, man.
Facts, yo. Oh yeah, soon, man. You gonna see him on the big screen acting, multi-talented brother. Telling you people, go subscribe. But yeah, Murtaza, don't worry, we will get to your questions. You lot continue to get your questions in.
Ain't no need for that foolishness. Ain't no need for that. He got a bad game. Now we want to talk about putting the kid in the adult store. The hell we talking about?
I hear that. That's why we need to have a balance. What we're here to do, Eddie, is add balance.
You know I got you.
It's adding balance, but go on, carry on talking about the Newcastle game. Because I think we do need a balanced conversation and to talk about Garnacho as well. But we'll get there.
Yeah, Casemiro's just been the dog. Certified dog. Ain't no Chihuahua, ain't no Fufu, ain't no Shishi, whatever y'all call them little ass dogs. Brother's a pit bull Rottweiler mix with the chain for a leash, a rusted metal chain. He one of them junkyard dogs that y'all really can't have bite y'all because then you got to go to the hospital type stuff.
You taking it back, yo, man. It's a junkyard dog. You taking it back. You taking it back.
Ooh. You know what? Y'all probably got them hood dogs out there, man.
Oh yeah, 100%. I've been chased down by them by dogs in the ends when I was younger. Trust me, I know. Trust me, I know. I'm fully aware. Trust me.
That's what Casemiro is. Casemiro is. You dig? So he looking good, and I don't expect anything less than a winner draw this weekend coming up with West Ham United.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, man. So far so good. So far, just what I expected. You know.
Well, yeah, and what I would say is I'm pleased that we can do this show, and there's nothing really much. There's very few negatives. There's a few small criticisms we can, but it couldn't have gone much better than what we expected it to, from when Ten Hag's got it right. Considering how tough this league is to acclimatize to, considering the tough opposition, considering the managers that are here, considering the mess he was in, considering how thin our squad is. When you look at it, like we're literally 2 injuries away from Maguire and Lindelof as centre-back pairings. We're a couple of injuries away from McFred and Bruno in the midfield. Like that's our midfield trio. So I take all those things into consideration and performances. It's like people can only look at results. Very similar to how some people can only look at an attacker and see his GNA and see if he's playing well or not. Not understanding that an attacker can get 2 goals in a game and play poorly. Same way an attacker can get no goals in a game and be man of the match, whether that's a winger, whether that's a number 10, whether that's a striker. And like that's very much the same with the performances. I've been saying this. Our performances have been consistently good. And that's what I'm liking. Even the Newcastle game. Newcastle, according to most, the general consensus is currently they're the best of the rest. A lot of people would have us 6. So they're the team that are 1 below us. And I like that performance in particular. Would I have liked Manchester United to have created more in that game? Yes. But we created enough to win it. You know, that's going to happen. Same with the Omonia game. Yes, we scored late, but there was no difference between... I'll say this. Our performance against Omonia wasn't too much different to the performance against Sheriff. But one was 1-0 and one was 3-0. There wasn't, apart from us scoring earlier. We battered both teams, dominated the ball, plenty of possession. The Everton game I keep pointing out to, I thought was quality. To put in that performance away from home, That's what's key. Say what you want about Lampard. I'm not a big fan of Lampard, but it was still impressive the way we did that. Everton were in a good run of form at that point. Goodison Park is never easy to go to. And yes, for all their faults, you have to credit what we did there. And the only negative I have with all of these games I've mentioned, probably apart from Sheriff yesterday, is we didn't score enough. That's what I'd say. Like, and I like the Everton game, the Spurs game. Say what you want about Spurs and Conte and the negative football. A lot of people had them above us at the start of the season. A lot of people, like, we're not going to change the narrative now and change the story. A lot of people said Conte, they were going to finish above us. Conte is better than our manager. Their squad is better than us. So when we do that, give our team, because I'm not one of them, I don't want respect and credit from opposition fans, but I'll give the team respect and credit. Same way we beat Liverpool, a team a lot of people think are better than us. The same way we beat Arsenal, another team people think are better than us. So if we beat 3 teams this season who people think are better than us, this is why I'm confident going into games. And people take my confidence with this team as arrogance. Like, we can't. No, can we lose games? Yes. Europa League I've been banging on about from before the season started. From before we made any signings, I was talking about targeting the Europa League. And all the managers done and all the new signings have done and the current results and the way we're playing has done is made me even more confident. I've watched a lot of Champions League football this season. Watched a lot. And you lot see it. I'm doing watch-alongs every match day. And we'll go here. Anyway, I wasn't fearful of, when I say I'm not fearful, people take it like I'm saying a team's rubbish. Like when I say I don't fear Barcelona. That's not me. Like, fear is a whole different thing, people. There's very few teams I fear in European football who I'm like, geez, we got such and such. This is a long day. Real Madrid being one of them. Bayern Munich being another one. If we were to draw Real Madrid or Bayern Munich in a European, in Champions League, or they would have dropped down to Europa League, hypothetically speaking, people, then I'd be like, geez, no, I'm not worried about Barcelona. And I keep using them as an example because people want to hype them up and say they're a good side. But like I keep reiterating, if Manchester United were in a group with Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, and Victoria P, and we finished third in that group and dropped down to Europa League, nobody's calling us a good team. Nobody's calling us a good team. We're getting bantered. I'm here getting bantered. Eddie's here getting bantered. Murtaz is here getting bantered. All United fans are getting bantered. People in the comments is running jokes consistently. But all of a sudden it's because Barcelona had injuries. And this and that. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? They're just not that. And you know how I know they're not that good? If you're that good, why are you not in the Champions League? And people will say, oh, they've got good individuals, so they're individual brilliance. So they're us under Oli. So they're not a good team because nobody called us a good team under Oli. And we had individual brilliance. People will say they got Lewandowski, they got Rafinha, they got Dembele, they got Pedri. Talented individuals. No doubt about it. Not disputing that. I wanted Rafinha. I would have took Lewandowski. Definitely. I've said already, whoever Barcelona play in the Europa League, Lewandowski's probably the best player on the pitch, to my knowledge, that I can think of right now. But like I said, they're individual brilliance. But when we was individual brilliance, no one called us a good team. And this is me. I go on to say all this. That doesn't mean Barcelona can't knock us out, people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm not fearful. And if we get knocked out by Barcelona, I'd be pissed. Genuinely. If we draw them, which I actually don't think will happen in this next round, but let's say hypothetically we do, because I still think we top our group. If we get knocked out, I'll be pissed. Because I guarantee what I'm saying is if we get knocked out by them in the next round, we gave them the game. It wasn't them being better. We missed chances or we made terrible defensive errors. But defensively, that's another thing I'm going to give our team and Ten Hag full credit for. That's the strong part of our team. And nobody's talking about it. How defensively good we look, whether it's Europa League or whether it's Premier League. We don't look like conceding a lot of goals, which is what I like as well. So yeah, I'm sure we'll talk more on Europa League as well, because that's been my main focus from the start. The Premier League, I'm just having a look at certain players and how Ten Hag's trying to get the team playing together and implement his ideas, because we've seen us play counter-attacking football. Now, in recent weeks, we've seen us more on the front foot now. So I'm liking the balance. I'm liking we can play more than one way. It's not just Klopp at Liverpool where it's one system. And I like that. And I'm confident going. If we play in West Ham on the weekend, I'm confident of winning that home game. Yeah. Could we draw or lose? Yes, of course you could. West Ham are not a bad team. I'm not saying they're scrubs and we're going to roll them over 5-0. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we have the bad team turn up and do what we're supposed to do. And that's what it is. But again, when I talk like this, people take it as if I'm talking with arrogance about Manchester United. Like, I wouldn't fear Manchester. People say, oh, I don't fear Manchester United. You shouldn't fear us. We're not a team to be feared. We're not of that level. But I don't fear any team in the second tier of European football. I'm sorry. Otherwise you'd be in the first. You'd be in the first tier. You'd be with the Real Madrid and the Bayern Munichs. You'd be there with them. The reason why Barcelona are not there with them because they're not that good. And I'm just pinpointing them as an example because they were the major talking point. Same with Juventus. I'm not fussed about a team that has got 3 points from 5 games. They've got 3 points from 5 games in a group with PSG, Benfica, and Maccabi Haifa. They might not even finish third. Ajax are third I've lost 4 games out of 5 in a group with Napoli and a struggling Liverpool side and Rangers. The list goes on. Atletico Madrid failed to make it out of a group with Club Brugge, Bayer Leverkusen. Who's the other team in that group? Can't even remember off the top of my head. But my point is, look at the groups and look at Spurs' group. Whoever drops down from that group, I'm up first. Whether it's Spurs, even though we can't draw them, whether it's Marseille, whether it's Sporting, or whether it's Frankfurt. Yeah, if we can't get past them, pack it up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying on that. Daredevil says, big up Flawless Eddie and everyone else, a dominant and professional performance as we got the win last night. Now we move on to West Ham on Sunday.
Daredevil, what up though?
Big up Red Devil. Big up Daredevil. And Shazam says, those bigger teams are in Europa League for a reason. My exact point, Shazam. Tell him. Exact point. Because we wouldn't get the benefit of the doubt. I just want the same energy. If we were in champ and dropped down to Europa, we wouldn't be getting called a good team.
Come on now. People would say, you know exactly why. You know exactly. It's us. They hate us because they ain't us. That's what it'll always come down to with us. It's the reason, even when, because we was terrors. We was terrors. You feel me? Like, the city doing what they doing right. Salute. But when we had y'all on our knees, just like I'm gonna tell y'all right now, when we had the paddle out, we was a fucking terror. So y'all gonna have to get y'all licks in now, because it's hog season, and when it gets to be hog season for real,
facts,
it's gonna get cold out here, brother. It's gonna get cold out here. So let them have their moment in the sun right now.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, talk to him, man. Let him know. You know what I'm saying? You lot, don't worry, we'll talk. We will talk on the Anthony thing, but there isn't really much to talk about. People just miserable, and misery loves company. Sid says, hi guys, big up to Sid every single time watching from India. Sorry.
Shout out Sid.
Bagav says, I hope I didn't butcher your name, my guy. If I did, I apologize. Calm down and Barca can't have them figure out their chemistry and make a run. How is me talking about Barcelona gonna help them get their chemistry together?
Have you seen them play, my brother? Have you seen them play?
Like, even
I'm not talking. I know you have, but I'm saying this brother right here. If you think chemistry is the issue, more power to you.
Yeah,
that's all I got. More power.
And that's why I don't get when he says calm. When you say, and I'm genuinely asking it, my guy, when you say calm down on Barca, calm down in what sense? When I say they're not a good side, they're not a good side. Like, yeah, and Eddie said it. Like, can't have them figure out their chemistry. Chemistry is not their issue. Chemistry is not their issue. Their issue is that they are individual brilliance.
You did.
And you know who used to be individual brilliance? Us. We know all about that. We know all. We were the kings of that.
Kings of it.
We were the kings of, you know what I'm saying? We were the second half FC. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would say the other thing, but it's kind of early over here, but you understand my point.
I got you.
Yeah. Like, what did I always used to call them people? Something FC, like, that was us.
Man.
So, and what did individual brilliance bring us? Nothing. This is, I keep saying this, 2022 is a system-based game. Whoever your favorite player is, top player is, take that system away from him. He's not the same. It's not. He might still perform at a high level, but not to perform at his highest level in 2022, you need system around you.
Oh, all right, B. All right, B.
All right, fair enough, B. Fair enough. Big up disgruntled blogger. Says big up Flawless McMahon and Eddie Murphy. Big up Disgruntled Blogger every single time.
Shout out to DV. Good seeing you, bro. Hope you well. Hope you well.
Serious. Big up Daredevil says, do you guys think that in January we should be looking at some transfers? I think we should, as the World Cup could help. I'll let you answer this first, Eddie.
Yeah, of course. I think if I had to prioritize, striker would be number one. Maybe a swinging fullback, somebody who can play both sides. But I'm thinking now that Shaw has gotten his act together and can be a viable candidate to play. I think Shaw established himself in the rotation these last couple games, so I won't push him out too far. So I'd say striker. I'd say actually a right wing who can play some moments in towards the middle of the pitch. We have Donnie, so our midfield depth it's okay. Yeah, because I think Fred is the Bruno replacement, if I'm being honest, for when they sub, and I think Donnie is the Ericsson replacement, and I think Casemiro's replacement is McTominay. I think that's how the manager sees it. So I would strengthen our attack with goal scorers. Like goal scoring is pretty much the only place I would centrally focus on when it came to this window. With regards to anything else, I think we should allow some time to see how things play out with the center backs. I don't think because the board, not to be so long-winded, but because the board is I don't know, I guess Harry Maguire got pictures on the board members. They fucking love him. So he's not going anywhere anytime soon. Eric Bailly would do wonders with us. Hopefully he can come back and we can figure something out. Or if not, just sell him so I don't have to think about the possibility of him actually contributing to our club like he should be, you know? So yeah. I think that was it for me. Yeah, I'd say focus on attack. Focus on attack more than anything.
I think you're on the same thinking. Oh yeah, big up Talking Kit as well. Big up Double A. You can catch him on.
Shout out, man.
You can shout him. You can catch me and him on Unfiltered podcast on Saeed's show, on Saeed's channel every Sunday, people, alongside Andy Tate as well. Daredevil's on the same thinking as you, because you said striker, a right winger, and a right back. That's pretty much what I'm on. Like in an ideal world, people. It's unlikely we'll get free signings, but even if we sign one, that could be
one or two. I'll shut up and that shit. But it has to be one or two. And I think we have to prioritize scoring goals. That's what I think we have to prioritize.
I see that. A striker is definitely needed. Like if I had to put that in importance in January, people, and this is just January, definitely I would say a striker and a right winger just for backup to Anthony. I'm saying like Anthony got no backup on that side. And when I say that, I'm talking about in terms of profile.
Yeah.
I don't think we have another left-footed right winger. We don't have another right winger. Sancho can play out there, I suppose, but he's more left-hand. He's more left-hand side.
Some would honestly argue that Sancho played better for us on the right. I don't see it, but
I think he's better on. I think he's definitely better on the left. I would say.
Yeah.
Like I prefer, even though obviously his performances we'll get into as well.
Well,
we'll see. But yeah, the chat seems to be pretty much saying the same.
Yeah.
Double A saying if you can get Sesko in January, would you do
absolutely.
it?
Absolutely.
Talk about it.
I think his build, he's a goal threat. He's hungry for that type of shit. And he fits the profile of what we've been trying to build here with regards to young, hungry, technically gifted players. That's where we have to go. That's where we have to go. Yeah, you can get some more senior type players, but you have to have a significant portion of your group that is willing to do the running that's required in this Ten Hag system to press, win the ball back. Once you win the ball back, make the correct runs to find the space to attack. So I think he fits that profile well. Like again, we got some brothers who can't go back, man. Now Sesko might not be in that bracket, but he's close. He's close, man. Shout out to my Eastern European dons. Y'all know I know y'all be getting it in. So, so I'm telling you, that he kind of close to team can't go back, but for what it is, I would definitely take it.
Team
yeah, man. Hey, man. Every time I see Anthony play, I see Anthony Casemiro. Who else? There's another guy. Bailly definitely can't go back. If y'all know about Ivory Coast, Bailly definitely can't go back. We're talking about the low just saucy. He too saucy. He got too much sauce in him.
Okay, fast.
You know what I'm saying? Like
team can't
Anthony
go back
out here. Yeah. I know you play football with no shoes on, my boy, in the concrete. That's why the ball control is so crazy.
Yeah, the ball control different.
Yeah, man. My boy was out here stubbing his toes on bricks. Y'all out here stubbing y'all toes on the corner of the room and getting mad about it and rolling on the ground. My boy was stubbing his toe on bricks. Bricks and bullet shells. Shout out to my people out there. Y'all know what y'all going through. I'm not exaggerating, people. I'm not exaggerating. Watch the documentaries. Y'all know about you seen the Rio 2016. You seen the documentary. Don't be mad at me. That is what it is now. Yes. So Sancho. I forgot about Sancho. Can't go back. He ain't trying to go back to where he's from out there in London.
But to this talk, AA, I've not seen from like profile. Cause I've only seen Sesko. I think I've seen him play a couple times. I think it's only a couple times, but in terms of his profile is what I like. So if I'm still on the Ten Hag train. Like whatever Ten Hag wants to do, I'm with it. So if we could get Sesko, I'm with it. If we could, because I'm on having a mix of the ballers, like you said, your Sanchos, and then having your more pace and power players is a mix. More your Sanchos for your low blocks when teams are sitting back and you need a little bit more creativity. But then when we're playing on the counter attack, different. I have no idea who is this. We've been linked with Endrick as well. Would you try and push for this deal? I don't even know who that is.
Let me see if I've seen the brother play.
Yeah, see if you see who it is. And you lot continue to get your questions in. Big up. You lot always bringing up players I'm unsure about. Don't know about. Like, I'm not going to lie to you lot. You know me. I will not lie. If I've not seen a player, I'll be like, yeah, such and such. Like, nah, if I've not seen him.
Striker, he's some 16-year-old kid. That's why I ain't say,
okay. He's a youngster. Yeah. He's a youngster.
People at our club have, like, I'm not putting you in this bracket because I think you're just being, you're just giving us examples, but not you and the brother who asked this question. Too excited about the youth. Especially for where we're trying to compete. Unless you want to get him, stash him away. From the looks of it, he's 16 here. I'm trying on my rebuild. My base, my low line is 22, 21.
Fast.
If we get him, we buy him, we loan him out. Keep him in Brazil. Let him continue to develop. That's the route that I usually go with youngsters. I'm not too big on putting youngsters out there because, again, like when you're dealing with brothers who got mortgages, baby mama drama, they play football at a different level. I'm telling you, them brothers is desperate. That child support don't go nowhere for about 18 years. They gotta get that
they said it. Next big thing out of Brazil, currently linked to Palmeiras. Us and Real have been linked to him too. 16.
We lost him to Real.
We'll have to watch it. Yeah, but if Real go in for him Brazilian, he's gonna go Real. Striker like a Lautaro Martinez, Pinamonti, Osherman, or Leao. Martinez, I'm not sold. I'm not gonna lie. And Bagav, big up for the super chat. Says good show, guys. Have to go. We'll watch back for Anthony opinions. Eddie's funny as hell.
Oh, that's man, thank you, B. Come back again soon, brother. Man. Come back again, man.
Love, man. Big up. But yeah, in terms of this, out of this list, Martinez, I'm not sold on. I'm not a fan of Martinez, Daredevil. Pinamonti, you'll have to tell me what type of profile he's like. Osherman is another player I hear a lot about. I'm sold on Leao, though. If we was to sign Leao, I'm with it. I'm sold on Leao.
You sold on Leao?
I'm sold on Leao. Yeah. I'm sold on Leao. Strength. He's P&P, but he actually has he can actually dribble. You know what I'm
You know where
saying?
I
And
was
that
just about to go.
he can
You know where
actually,
I
he
was
can
just about
actually,
to
he
go.
can
I know
actually,
why
he
you
can
put in
actually
that
dribble.
dribble. I know why you said he can dribble because you know exactly where I was about to
You know what
go.
he was gonna
You
say?
know
He can.
exactly.
I've watched him
I know
close
you
enough to
know.
go, all right, you can actually dribble. Like, I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying? And his height, I think he's like 6'2". You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
He's
he a
strong,
unit. He a
quick.
unit. Yeah, he
Yeah, he
big.
might even be taller than that. I'm gonna Google it. Like, I'm sold
Yeah,
on Liao. Like, I know Chelsea are interested in him, but you know,
yeah.
if we could get
No,
Liao, I would take Liao. 110%, I would take Liao for this league as well. He like a better version of Traore to me. But yeah, go on. What you gonna say on Liao? I know
you
you ain't a
know,
fan. I already know without asking you, you're a fan.
I'm telling you what, brother. I got Anthony right, and I'm just in heaven. I'm seeing my brother do the spinner Rooney on motherfuckers on the pitch, and you know, I see the technique. I see the technique, followers. That's what I'm saying. I see the technique.
I hear you. I hear
Then
you.
I gotta get that go left hand side. Hey man, what we gonna do? What we gonna
I
do?
get you,
So
but it's all about balance, man. You know what I'm saying? Plus, he's
listen,
Portuguese, so he fits in. You know what I'm saying? And that he
okay,
fits
I
in.
hear you. I hear you. I ain't trying to live in a world where I gotta see two of them brothers play. I'm not gonna speak on the other one because he's having a good time right now, but I'm not trying to live in a world where I see two of them brothers leading my line. No, sir, Bob. That's not my job. I can't do it. I promise you. Listen, I'll have to take these glasses off, man. Let me tell you something. If I come out here and I see Liao and I see that other brother, I'm gonna think Ali in charge. I swear to God. I swear to God. But I will say this,
Go on.
and this goes for a lot of signings.
Yeah. Go on.
This is my personal preference. I've seen my manager show McTominay the vision. Okay. I've seen my manager show McTominay the vision. So I can't be like, yeah, I don't want it. I don't want him. But if they go through with it, I'm sure the manager has a plan of how he's to implement him. I'm sure the manager will coach him up on how to appropriately attack his job. He's tried with Rashford. That's what I've seen with Rashford, right?
You see, look at the improvement though with
He's
Rashford as
tried.
well.
He honestly has tried with Rashford. But hey, man,
Look at the improvement.
I'm just gonna tell you right now, if it's a knockoff, it's a knockoff. You put in the real symbol on that joint, ain't gonna change it from being no knockoff, my boy. That's what I'm saying. So we got that knockoff winger on the left. He trying to, he got the you remember them Chrysler 300s?
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
He
about.
tried to put the Rolls Royce emblem on the Chrysler 300, and we seen him. We seen him do it. So maybe you get something else.
Right. Eddie's not having it in it. I'm like I said, it's about a mix. That's what it is. And Liao has enough technical ability to the point where I'm like this because he's in a bang average AC Milan side. Like everything is on him.
He out here drowning.
Everything is on him. Like I watched him play, and it's literally. I've watched them play not only Chelsea, whoever they played in the first game. I always forget. It's literally get the ball to Liao. That's the plan. Get the ball to Liao deliver. So I think Liao, with more players around him where the onus isn't completely on him, we'll see a better him. And over here, he'll score so many. I think he'll score so many goals.
Yeah, he because physically, the thing about the Prem, shout out to Shane. I appreciate y'all in the chat. Nah, the thing with him is, and the Prem specifically, like that people forget, like they kind of bypass because it is football. Like from what I've seen of the Prem players, they legit are some of the better athletes on the pitch.
Yes.
Like just athletes. So in order to survive, you have to have a bit of athleticism to you in whatever shape or form it comes, right? Because you talk about a Lissandro, and we'll talk about these two because they're just more smaller of our players, but still more impactful. Sancho and Anthony, they're quick twitch athletes. They're fast. Every sudden change of direction they make is quick, and it goes to fast, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's why Sancho is struggling. Sancho can go in these leagues that technical ability is up here, athleticism falls about right here and do wonders. And he's trying to have to find that middle ground where how he can implement his athleticism in a more effective manner. So enjoy yourself out there, Shane.
Hey, Shane, enjoy yourself. And if you're going to see, I don't know what you're going to see. If you're going to see Black Adam, Let me know what it's saying, like how good it is.
Yeah, me
once you get
too.
back.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? Let me know because I might go and check that. I might do.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
go on, carry on, Eddie.
that's where that's where I see Liao really fitting in.
Yeah. I think he fits the Premier League. You mentioned it there in terms of his profile. He's a
Yeah,
Premier
man.
League winger. Like I say, man, he's a skillful he's a skillful Traore. He was at Wolves.
Yeah,
He's a skillful one.
Yeah, you're going to see Black Adam.
Yeah, I thought so. I guess. Yeah, let us know
That's
what it's
what's up.
saying, Shane,
Yeah,
and how
man.
good it is. But and enjoy yourself as well. But yeah, in regards to that, big up Steve as well. But in regards to it, yeah, like I seen the arm, like I'm with it. Yeah, Hernandez is close to him as well. You know what I'm saying? Like Hernandez is big for the AC Milan attack. But I'm saying like when they're putting it into their final third, it's like
That's honestly a left back I wouldn't mind stealing.
Hey, for
Hernandez,
real?
Theo Hernandez.
It's AC Milan. Go
AC, man. You need that.
They'll sell.
You need that.
They'll sell if you put a big money. I would go and get Liao and AC Milan. Yo, just say like we did to Ajax. Yo, 120 M's for both of them or something. You know what I'm saying? There we go. 140 M's. Go get both of them. I'm with it. I am with it.
Shout out Steve. Steve knows about them Chrysler 300s. Steve knows we got a bunch of it. I bet you probably Illinois. He didn't see somebody come through with the Chrysler 300 with the damn Mercedes emblem on it. I didn't see. You know, I didn't see on social media the funniest shit. Right? I don't know if y'all got Acuras out there.
No, I don't think.
Yeah. I think it's a Japanese car.
Okay.
Brother took the most basic Acura SUV, right? And when I tell you he exchanged a Mercedes emblem on every part of that damn car to make us believe like that's actually a Mercedes. And then he put the Mercedes SS on the side of it.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta fake it till you make it. That's what man's done. I'm faking it till you make it. Just putting emblems on cards. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You gotta fake it till you make it. 100%.
Yeah, I don't know. Man, these Acuras, bro. These Acuras, the mom, soccer mom extraordinaire. I got two aunties that got two Acuras. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, man, I know what an Acura looks like. You are not fooling me.
Soccer
put it
mom
on the front. He put it on the front. Like you can see where he cut the hole out. And he put the Mercedes, he just stuck it in there with some super glue or so. I'm like, this dude, man. This dude's something else, man. I gotta give him some credit though. Oh man. Let me not go off. One more day in ghetto ass America. Let me not go off though.
Yeah, a joker, fam. You know what I'm saying? I said soccer mom extraordinaire.
I'm telling you, there be some badass soccer moms getting busy in the Acura. Hello.
Yo, make sure you bump up the likes, people. Bump up the likes, subscribe to the channel. Continue to get your questions in. Continue to get your questions in as well. We'll get to this from Taza. He says, do we need to have uncomfortable conversations on Sancho? You guys telling me Sancho has performed better any time this season than what Garnacho did yesterday. What I would say
is what I'm saying. This is this dude, man.
That is cool. I know you'll have more to say to me than me on this, so I will just speak on this quickly. It's not an uncomfortable conversation, no, because these are the conversations we were having about Sancho before the season started. Was he needs to deliver this season. The season's far from over. We're only late October now. He started off well. His performances have dipped. He does need to improve, yes, but has Sancho performed better than Garnacho? Yes, he has in certain games. Like, for instance, the Liverpool game, he was good. For instance, I think it was both Leicester and Southampton, he was good. So I'm just pinpointing them games off the top of my head. But I liked what I seen from Garnacho, add him into that. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's uncomfortable. I'd say Sancho just needs to step up his game. That's it. That's it. That's all I would say. Go on, Eddie. I know you got more to say on it than me.
I see a lot of people. And sometimes I be thinking Murtaza got burners out here. Right, but to this question, Sancho has had, in my opinion, he's had an average to above average season, right? He's not a goal scoring winger. He's not. His game is not flair, meaning it's not going to pop out at you. But when I give you the ball on that left-hand side, can you create something? He does that. And he does that as an effective level, specifically against teams that we have struggled against historically, which are the ones that sit deep, let us have the ball, right? You look at the I think it was the ammonia game here, right?
Yeah. He was the one who set up the goal for McTominay.
Who plays that pass into McTominay for the goal? That was Sancho, right? We talk about now to balance this out. I watched the Chelsea performance again. I was probably still, in the days he played like shit. I'll give people Chelsea performance. Wasn't the one. Other than that, he does what he can with what he can. He is the type of player that, again, we've just been talking about. If you don't score, doesn't matter. He still had a good game.
Yeah.
Right? He's not a run. He's not like Garnacho is a run at you player. Simple.
True.
He's
more direct.
More direct. And it's easier for people to see that and be like, you know what? That's what we need.
Yeah, I get you.
We need that in spells.
Yeah.
We don't need that for the majority of the game because we already have a guy like Rashford being our direct threat. We need somebody who can at least play the ball to him.
It's a mix. It's a balance.
Man, listen, and Murtaz, I'm not finna go back and forth with you. Like I said, you got an agenda about this. I don't know what it is. You want to see the kids on the pitch. I'll give that.
Yeah, because he said Sancho doesn't have bad games. He isn't that type of player. He doesn't lose the ball like a Fred or Rashford does. He just hides and goes. That's not good enough. He has no impact in that. I disagree with him saying he hides and ghosts. I don't think he hides, and I don't think he ghosts. I just think he has that's where it goes too far. I think he just has a poor game. Like the Chelsea game was probably his worst game. He didn't ghost. He just had a poor game for other reasons. The type of player he is, yes, his poor games are not gonna stand out. But I wouldn't ever say he hides or ghosts. Same way I wouldn't say Rashford hides or ghosts. I wouldn't say Rashford. If he has a poor game, it's for different reasons. But I don't think it's a lack of will. I don't think it's a lack of trying. I think there's multiple things with Sancho. But does he need to step up? Yes. Does he need to utilize the tools he has better? Also, yes. He's not slow. People are like he's slow. Like Sancho can shift. Is he electric like a Rashford or a Garnacho? No. But is he quick? Yes. But again, the season's far from over. The season is far from over.
So if I'm being clear, I'm supposed to be excited over what Garnacho did against Sheriff.
Yeah, like Garnacho.
Sheriff. We're talking about Sheriff here.
He could be. Yeah. I think it's because it's new and it's something that he's a player who could be utilized going further on into the season. I was happy to see him in the side just because I wanted to see what he wanted to do. Mm-hmm. But it's what's the word I'm looking for? We'll see. Like, yes, it was a promising performance. I liked what I seen from Garnacho. 100%. You know me. We were just talking about Rafael Leao. My preference is that type of winger. Profile people I'm talking here. Not a Billy, I'm talking profile. But it's a mix. It's like having a mix. There's very few wingers out there who are a mix of both. The perfect blend of both in terms of pace and power and elite technical ability. That's why you need a blend. But not only does Sancho have to figure out where he fits in this new system, all the other players are figuring it out too. Do I believe Sancho's been as bad as people are making out? No, people act like the first few games didn't happen where he played well. He did play well. And then now he's fell off. Now it's kind of like, all the what's it called is out. All the knives is out for the guy. Like I said at the start of the season, I'm going to give him the season. Do I like where it's going? No, he needs to step up. I'll reiterate this. He needs to step up. Like Elias joins in, says, talk about Sancho 80 million flop. Like, what does that mean? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, that's a prime example. Like, that's not a question. That's nothing. That's just an empty statement. But yeah, my be all and end all is Sancho needs to step up. And yeah, Ray, I hear that Sancho's a possession ball in a team that likes to counter United and that's where the mix needs to be. Because recently, we've started to dominate the ball in more games, and we've seen better from him. He's not playing in some of them games either. But even if we're playing a counter attack, he still needs to utilize his skills better. Utilize what you have. So
that's it, bro. That's it. I'm not. And Tyler, you talking about keep the same energy. Again, that's some low vibrational energy, brother. Keep that over there. Keep that over there. I don't care about you keeping the same energy when I don't know what you're talking about when it comes to this, brother. So that's that. Yeah, again, I said he needs to play better. So
you have said he needs to
that's
play
the thing. I'm not gonna put him in for I'm not gonna take a kid out for him. Like, that's just after one performance, after the manager told you. Like, here's the other thing I love about Ten Hag, right? He has no favorites. So if you practice like you're worthy of playing, he will play you. If you train like you're worthy of playing, he will play you. Donnie just came back from injury. I'm sure he could have been like, you know what, Donnie's still showing a bit of dragging that leg or something like that, right? Or he's not all the way in it. So I can't play Donnie right now. And even when Donnie was healthy, he was like, we've screened for Donnie. We said, once Ten Hag comes, Donnie's gonna play. Donnie's gonna be the first one. Woo woo woo. Stuck with Bruno. Donnie barely got on the pitch, right? But Donnie looked good yesterday.
He did.
So I'm sure the manager has seen something in training, right? And he's like, okay. And you know what, Mikhail, you're probably right. Shout out to you, because it's like I can see the Anthonys, the Lissandros.
Yeah, he's favorites, but he's not biased. Yeah, that's
favorites, but he's not biased. That's the correct way to put it, right? That's the correct way to put it. He plays you on merit. The Man City thing was a pretty big debate on this channel, right? Why didn't he play Casemiro? We're playing against, you know. But then you say, you know what? Merit based.
Facts.
Merit based. I'm not finna crush your confidence just to make another person feel better. No. If you give me something to, you know, critique and that I have to change, that's another story. And that's what we've seen with him. So yeah, I think for Garnacho, he does more of it in training. I think some quotes came out that he enjoyed what he was doing in training.
He said he's playing well in training. That's what he did
which
say.
Which is the reason he's on the pitch.
Yeah.
He's not gonna have agendas. He's not gonna say, oh, you know what? This guy, I like him more. I'm gonna play him more. That's how we're gonna do it. No. When you're establishing a culture, it's great that you establish that merit and hard work will get you minutes. Because in the past, we never knew about trainings. All we knew was the same 11 week in, week out. You drop a stinker, you're back over there. The coach is patting you on the head saying, go get him next time. That was us for the longest.
Wow.
So as we're making these transitions in culture, this is one of those situations where we'll see. If Sancho continues to struggle glaringly like he did in that Chelsea game, which I think was a one-off, Garnacho will be in there. Ronaldo might be in there. You never know. He'll switch it up.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. Big up Racer. Swap Bruno with a player who lives to keep possession, plays I think it's just say nice passes and can swap positions. With Sancho, when he drifts inside, you'll see a whole different Sancho. Yeah, likes to. Yeah, plays. Yeah. I hear you, Ray. Pardon me. The thing is with that is I do agree with this, and that's taken into consideration as well as Ten Hag's trying to. These ain't all his pieces. That's what it is. These ain't all his pieces whatsoever. Like he's trying to mix and blend and cook. He's trying to cook with ingredients that ain't his. And not his kitchen. That's what it is. That ain't his Dutch pot. They are not his spices on the rack. They are not his condiments. That is not his seasoning. Oh, wall passes in 1 and 2. It's fair enough. Fair enough. That's not his kitchen, and that's what it is. So he's dealing and trying to get the most out of everyone at the same time. And for the most part, he's doing that. Again, does he need to level up? Yes. Does Sancho need to level up? Yeah, but he's not the only one. He's not the only one. Do I want to see more from him? Yes. And here's the thing is, if he don't work out, people are saying like it's the end of the world. He'll be moved on. Cool. I have no qualms with that. I have no qualms with him being backup.
It is what it
He's
is.
currently backup. I've said he needs to be dropped. So I don't know why he's still getting criticized when he's not playing. He's not even playing. He's on the bench. So I don't understand how he can be being. I'm trying to think. The Chelsea game, yeah. He didn't start yesterday. Who else we played since then? It's only those 2 games, right? Because it was Chelsea on the Sunday, and we played Omonia. So it's like I don't understand where the criticism is coming from. Like currently. Yeah, the Chelsea game, Paul, cool. Understand that. He didn't play against Sheriff. Oh yeah. And yeah, Mikhail, I see that. We're gonna see the best of Sancho when Martial and Donny are around. That too. I'm glad as well. On the Donny point, great to see Donny van der Beek back. Because he's another player. I think he was being even more unfairly criticized for being injured. And people are like, oh, why is he not playing? Because he's injured. That's why. Simple as that. He would have played in more of these Europa League games. Them 4 group games he missed, he would have played. And that's why you see him go on the pitch. Yeah, it was only 10 minutes, but he's been out for a long period of time. So he's going to get back up to speed. He'll probably play some part against Sociedad in that away game next week. He'll play probably in the League Cup game. I think it's Villa we play. We're going to see him, whether it's off the bench or whether it's starting. And he's going to be
We're going to have to give people some rest. We're going to have to show people different looks. Donny, again, from what just the last pass that he made to Rashford, I'm just trying to imagine a world where I got Donny and Eriksen and Casemiro on that pitch, right? And I feel like that will be the low block team, right? In a perfect world, right? You got Anthony, Sancho, Martial, Eriksen, Donny, Casemiro, Martinez, Varane. I think our back 4 other than left back is solidified. And this will be a shocker coming from me, people, right? But Shaw has offered us something attacking wise that Malacia at this point of his career cannot.
First.
And the thing with Shaw is always for me going to be his fitness level. And do you look like a left back? I have left backs in the Premiership that play literally from end to end.
Corner flag to corner flag.
Corner flag to corner flag. And I got you out here jogging against Brentford. There's no room for it. So if he wants to be serious about it, take his shit seriously, like really compete.
Yes.
Because that's all we asked for Malacia. And you know what? Yep. You know what again? That's the thing. The mere fact that Brandon Williams, who's with the under 23s, put you on smoke and it didn't get you like riled up, it just got you more of the same. Come on, man.
No, that actually, like, this is ridiculous that Brandon Williams took his spot. Chris says, with Barca being knocked out, they are majorly in debt, and the board said they need to reduce the wages by 180 million. Surely Ten Hag can bring Frankie in January. What I'd say to this is, I know that they're struggling financially. What's the source here, Chris? I ain't saying you lying. I'm just asking. Does anyone know? Like, has there been any credible, reliable source that has stated this? This makes sense because, you know, Barcelona are crooks. And if this is the case, let's say hypothetically this is true, people, I would definitely go and try and sign more than De Jong. I'd go get Lewandowski till the end of the season. 100%. I don't know how it works if they're cup tied because they played in the Champions League. I don't know if Barcelona players can play in the Europa League. I would 110% go and get Lewandowski just to the end of the season. Legit. Just as a stopgap. That's what I would do. Imagine you throw Lewandowski in outside. That's a different level. Like I said, let me reiterate, people, till the end of the season. Then I would let him go. I wouldn't go try to get him on no 2-3 year deal. Would it happen? Probably not. Oh, is it Gillen? Oh, it's Gillen Bagler. Okay, Fairs. Who else? Rafinha's another one. I was a fan of him at Leeds. So would I take Rafinha? Yes. Anthony Rafinha, they can compete for the right hand side as well. Nathan's saying Lewandowski won't work in the system still. Why would he not work? Lewandowski's technically good enough. Why would he not?
I think it's the pressing there.
Lewandowski be fine. He can shift, even though he's older. Lewandowski be fine. Press, he'd be fine. He's not a 30, I think he's 35. He's not a 35-year-old like on his last legs. Like Lewandowski is still Lewandowski. Like he can still do a job. Rafinha's another one I go get 100%. Who else? That's probably it. I won't take anybody else from their side. Is there anyone else you can think from Barcelona that you take?
Barcelona, I've always been a Sergio Roberto fan for a little bit. I could use a backup right back. Lewandowski. Shit. This is where it gets sticky because in theory you'd say Dembele, but then you see him on the pitch and it's like, I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm okay. Because it's legit just like all tricks and no end product whatsoever. He gets a couple of assists here and there, but like it's not consistent enough for me to be like, yeah, I need that when I got Anthony. Rafinha, yeah, just to have him in the squad. Center back wise, we're good.
I don't take any of their center backs anyway.
Yeah, and Don, I'd say Frankie. That's it.
Yeah. The manager wanted him and De Jong wanted to be here. Why not?
Kessié is better than McTominay. How much better though? Because from what I've seen of Kessié, he's a better ball carrier. I'll give him that. So yeah, I guess you could say that. I guess I'd rather get Kessié off the bench than a McTominay. I can roll.
I've not watched enough of Kessié to know, so I can't say.
Nah, yeah, he's solid. He's solid.
I know he was at AC because Snoop was going on about him.
Yeah, he was. When he was at AC, he had a good game against us, honestly.
Yeah, everyone was talking about. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he's at AC, he's solid.
Gods to. I don't know. I hear you when you say I think for United.
No, Gabby is not it. No.
I think for United, Lewandowski is a final piece to the puzzle. As soon as you have possession-based midfield, you can add Lewandowski. So I see De Jong as a priority over Lewandowski. That's why I said both of them.
Yeah.
If it's a jumbo sale type thing, I'd go get them too and Rafinha. Will this happen, people? No. I'm not saying this will happen. No, It won't happen. But all I'm saying is that in an ideal world, I would go and get those three. If you can get those three on the cheap, yes. Rafinha adds into right wing quality. Him and Anthony can battle it out for that position over there. He's also Brazilian, so he adds to that. De Jong knows Ten Hag. Ten Hag knows De Jong. Ten Hag, and also on top of that, Lewandowski's Lewandowski. That's what I would say. And yeah, Ray, I bet you would take Gavi, Kessie, and De Jong. I need them for your team.
But you know what's funny? I can't even front. Like they would fit what he needs to a T, because Gavi's one of them ultra tryhards that I be talking about. Like there's something special about him, but it's not skill. He just be out there running around a whole lot. Right? Kessie the same. Kessie's probably the better of the two, in my opinion, right? And then De Jong would be their creative. So yeah, and that's the thing. Like even Million, this is what I'm saying when it comes to managing well, right? Klopp took out Trent because Trent did not deserve to play. Sancho gets dropped after what? The Chelsea performance, because he did not deserve to play. Players will get the opportunities for great managers when they deserve them. Great managers see the field and they see what their team needs and they adjust quickly. They don't let their egos or how they feel about a player convolute what the decision is that needs to be made. So that's it with me. Like, yeah, you could tell. You could tell, like, we're getting to that point where, like, our players are being held accountable. And that's another reason why I'm super excited for the future. As long as we back him, get him the players, we should be all right.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And RJ says rivals seem scared about United's progress. They hating everywhere. The fact that they're hating is a good thing. This is why I don't get onto rivals fans hating. Like I don't. Like it's good to see because they haven't hated in a minute. They haven't been trying to go back and forth and disagree with what I've said. I'm saying if it's something positive or if it's Eddie or if it's someone else Manchester United related on the panel or on this show stating something. So that's a good thing because I keep saying this. I like where we're heading. Ten Hag has impressed me in a small sample size in the start of his reign a lot. We are much further along than I expected. We are looking much better than I expected. Again, people, that doesn't mean we're great. That doesn't mean I'm saying we're the finished article. No. I'm saying I like where this is heading. This gives me reason. I'm optimistic going ahead. This is why I've said win the Europa League. This is why I said go target the FA Cup and League Cup. League Cup, either Manchester City or Chelsea are going to be out in the next round because they drew each other, which is a positive for us. Now, if we beat, I think it's Aston Villa, then we're through to the next round. And then with the draws, who knows? Like, obviously, with cup competitions, it's about draws. So I like where we're going. And again, he's cooking in the kitchen, and this ain't his kitchen. These ain't his ingredients. This ain't all his food. This ain't all his seasoning. That's not his Dutch pot. That ain't his stove, people. That ain't his container. That's what I would say. So I like even Ray saying it there. Ten Hag knows it's a result business. He has to get results and implement his style / change the culture at the same time. That's why I rate what he's doing over there. Yeah, it's a mix. It's a blend. And that's why I like. It's a mix and a blend of what he's doing. And I've seen us play different ways. I've seen him change the game, making subs. Even yesterday, his subs combined for the goal.
Yeah.
It was short to Rashford. And that's happened before where he's done that.
Yep.
It's happened before. And to Chris, who says we still need a striker, Martial or he's injured. We needed one anyway. We need two. I've said this before the summer started. I said in the window, we need two strikers. Whether Martial stayed, whether Ronaldo stayed, because there was doubt over both of them. We need two strikers minimum. In an ideal world, we need three. Because Ronaldo's probably going to be gone in the summer. So that leaves us with one senior striker who's injury prone. So you can't have two.
You can't, yeah.
And Surfer says, Eddie, side note, you think the Lakers are going to go 0-5 tonight? Not too late to go on loan to the Pelicans. Plus,
see, why you come in here with this foolishness, man? Why you see, this is my safe space. It's my safe space. This is, let me see, let me make sure. I don't know if you read what the title of this one here is. You see up in that corner, ManDem United. I already said it. Like, look, I ain't leaving. I ain't going nowhere. Ain't a goddamn thing you can do about it.
I respect it.
Let me go down with my violin and my homies playing the blue notes while the ship is going down. Let me do that, sir. Let me do that, Surfer. You might have been smart. You might have been looking out for your mental health. Let me be a degenerate, put myself in these situations, and handle it accordingly. Okay? Kudos to you. You had the strength to do it. I don't.
That being said, people, there is NBA watch-alongs tonight, including two of the teams there that Surfer mentioned. So we will be doing the Timberwolves versus the Lakers, Minnesota Timberwolves versus the LA Lakers. Why can't we do that watch-along?
Decision now. No, you're not.
Yo,
you're not doing any Laker games.
It's what the people want, man. They do the most numbers.
You want this. The people don't want this. You want this. And they want me on there because they know I'm going to show up.
Eddie, you know what I could do right now? I will show you the numbers and see that the Lakers do more numbers than anybody else. This is a numbers game.
I know they do.
It's a numbers game, man. That's all it is. This is numbers. If you know what? If the Houston Rockets did the most numbers, guess what watch-alongs we would do? The Houston Rockets.
Games, right? Hey, man,
yeah. If the Orlando Magic did the most numbers, we would do the Orlando Magic games. But the people have chosen with their eyeballs. And their eyeballs say, we want Los Angeles Lakers streams. So it's kind of like, we do others because we are doing Suns Pelicans. That is the second of the doubleheader. We will be doing the Phoenix Suns versus the New Orleans Pelicans, even though I think the Pelicans are still injury riddled. But we'll do that.
I hope they both lose. I don't even think that's not possible in an NBA game, but I hope so. I hope an exception is made this time around. Hope they both lose.
Yeah, big up Marcel as well. Nathan says, I'm happy that De Gea ain't getting that new contract yet. That guy ain't fooling me. When's his current? Let me know in the chat, people. When does his current contract run out? Is it this summer? They'll trigger the extension. They ain't losing De Gea on a free. They'll trigger the extension.
Free. And I need that Porto goalkeeper. That's who I need. I need
Diogo Costa.
Yeah, bro.
People keep mentioning him.
Listen, the tape does not lie. The tape does not lie. My boy is out here saving PKs and getting assists. What are we doing now? To again, to his credit, I still can't get it out my head that he almost had an assist. But I need that real deal Holyfield, like not once in a while. This brother has the potential to do it every time. So this is the second person to talk about Jonathan David.
People keep mentioning Jonathan David. You know what I'm saying? He will be at the World Cup, so I'm gonna watch him closely.
Yeah, we're gonna watch him closely because again, a Canadian, shout out to Alfonso Davies, but we know it's more of a import. You catch my drift.
Yeah. Shout out Alfonso Davies.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see with him.
We will see with that. But yeah, we'll touch on this before obviously we finish the stream. Anthony, obviously he did the round the world. That's what I'm gonna call it. I don't know what actual skill's called, but he did the around the world skill. And pundits, miserable pundits, lost their mind. Mainstream media, like we're new media. Word to Draymond Green.
Shout out to Dre.
Shout out to Draymond Green. We're new media. Myself, Eddie. I'm saying all the other content creators you see, we new media. And the reason why new media is successful, people, and you see other content creators doing major things. Shout out to everyone. I could list the name. You lot know. You lot know the names. The reason why certain new media outlets, and whether it's YouTube, whether it's Twitch, do more numbers than mainstream media and have more followers than mainstream media and have notoriety, is because of things like this. He did the around the world skill. And I see pundits losing their mind. And I'm like, why? Shout out to Deluded Guna. He said it best. The worst thing about it was that he didn't pass the ball to his teammate. The skill actually opened up space. I think it was Casemiro making the run. I can't remember if it was Casemiro.
I saw that too. Yeah.
Like him doing that skill opened up that space there. Like, and if that pass is hit right, United are in the box in a good position. So that's all I would say to that. Like, and people don't let them miserable. I call them miserable pundits. Don't let them miserable mainstream media pundits rile you up or get you bothered. They just hating. You know what I'm saying in that? Just sheer hate because he did the around the world skill. Same way they hated on Richarlison when he did the kick-ups. It shouldn't even be a talking point. I should not be here talking about this right now. People shouldn't be talking about this on social media. This shouldn't be on TalkSport. This shouldn't be on Sky Sports. Like, I'm sure they spoke on it on the BBC. I'm sure they'll talk on it on, well, they did talk about it on BT because that's where the game was on. It's nothing. So he did some showboating. Really, he showed some personality. It's really not that big of a deal. This is why I'm not even mad about it. Like I said, this happening just shows the example of why new media is so successful. Because of things like that. We couldn't really care less. Like when we seen that skill, I think Murtaza got hyped on the watch along. I was kind of hyped, and then he misplaced the pass. But cool. You know what I'm saying? And Jess says it, the Richarlison thing was way out of hands because Richarlison did some kick-ups. He did some kick-ups. Really? And they talk about, oh, it's disrespectful. Like, when were you supposed to respect your opponent? Like, what are we talking about? What are we on about? Like, misery loves company. Yeah, you can have your final thoughts on it.
Oh, yeah. Well, first off, to my Canadian brothers in the chat, I wasn't going at Canadian footballers. I just ain't seen the brother play, right? So if he can get down, he can get down. I don't care where you come from. And yes, Chris, listen. The USA is complete trash at football. So, using them as the barometer, let's not do that. He might be saucy. I'm just not sure yet because I haven't seen it. And he's from Canada, okay? It's like me saying, I'm trying to get let me not even do that because I don't want to get you canceled. So we go move. We'll move. But with the Anthony thing, man, I got I use the same kind of outlook when it comes to these situations. Some people don't put too much seasoning on their chicken, right? That's what it comes down to. For me, that's who I see when I see the people who always, got something to say about this. No matter where it is, where I'm at, they don't like too much seasoning on their chicken. So me, as a person who enjoys seasoning on my chicken, I couldn't give a fuck what they want to tell me about chicken, girls, football, whatever, music, whatever you name it. Right? That is what got him to this point in his life. Him playing football, the way he plays football, got him to start for Manchester United. Who are you to tell him to switch it up when it seems to be working for him?
Facts.
The brother is having the time of his life. Like, people, like, think it's not just a UK thing here, people. It's not just a UK thing. No. Same thing happens in the States. Oh, he dresses too fancy. Oh, like we done made so much noise about them sounding stupid about Allen Iverson that, you know, when they start talking about how somebody dresses, you just got caught. You just got caught. And to Nathan's point, Scalzi. One word, toenails. And I'll leave it at that. I don't need to worry about his opinion, brother. By the looks of it, his opinion, and I'm sure his breath stank. Okay? I don't need to hear none of that. I don't need to hear none of that what he got going on. I don't need to hear nothing he got going on. I'm cool. I am so good. Rio, you was out here suing in the car park for Ronaldo. I don't care what you gotta say either. I really don't. Like, a lot of y'all bums, let me be clear. A lot of y'all bums is just mad you can't pull it off. That's what it really began to him. Like, even with the Richarlison. Like, if you had the sauce,
you would utilize it.
If you had the Brazilian steakhouse spice, you would be doing the same thing. But you don't. So be a good little I call him a bobblehead, because they just out there talking, making their head go like it's not saying too much. Y'all just bobbleheads out there. Right? Y'all keep talking. We're gonna keep winning. We're gonna keep getting these spinneroonies, these spinoramas. Anthony's gonna keep scoring goals. And y'all gonna keep y'all chicken unseasoned. That's my mantra on this situation, man. That's what it's all gonna come down to for me. Anybody who don't got at least 11 herbs and spices on their chicken about this game of life, I don't really want to hear too much. I don't want to hear too much, man. That's what it comes down to for me, man.
Jez is saying they should be more commenting on the incomplete pass instead. Yeah, that. Like I said, if they were to criticize that, yeah, because if he just gets the ball and passes it out of play, that's what they would have spoke about. Like I said, misery loves company. Ray saying a call-in show after a Liverpool game. I'm gonna have to come break down some of the Saturday games. Yeah, there will be. Again, all on the upcoming live stream schedule, people. Because I'm doing the Liverpool Leeds game actually. That's the game I'm doing. Liverpool Leeds. People. Yes, tomorrow. That's the one I'm doing. And to Jez, who says any other streams tonight, obviously it's Friday, so you're gonna get NFL show, people. That's live on the Twitch. NFL Talks, the Over Football Show. Eddie Murtaza, Peter, Surfer, Alam all over there talking all things NFL. And then 2 NBA watch-alongs on the Twitch as well. Timberwolves versus Eddie's beloved LA Lakers. I think that's 1 a.m. And then 3 a.m. the Suns versus the Pelicans. Let me see if we've missed any. I don't think we've missed any questions. I don't think we have anyway. I think we've discussed everything. But obviously, Sunday as well, people, you're getting a Manchester United versus West Ham game, of course. But yeah, like pundits just continue to show just like how out of touch they are. Like, it's really just not that big of an issue. But
really though,
we move, and that's it. Eddie, anything? What's this? Oh, see, yeah. Anything else you want to add before we close out the stream? Anyway.
No, man. Y'all make sure y'all pull up at 2:30. Got a little bit of football to talk about.
That's 2:30 PST, people, and 10:30 UK. I think it's 5:30 EST.
I should be back for the second half. I just got to step out, go handle.
Yeah, man, calm. No stress.
But yeah, man, always appreciate this. Always appreciate cooking with El Jefe, man. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Y'all make sure y'all pull up on Sunday for this watch along. Yeah, man, it's all good. It's all good, man.
Absolutely. Love to everyone that's locked in. Big up to everyone who continues to support. Big up to anyone who's listening back to this, obviously on the audio platforms. Don't forget, this show is available on audio platforms, people. SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV. Like I say, you might not want to have your YouTube app open. You might be at work, just want to listen to it back. Or you might be cooking. You might be cleaning. I'm saying you might be seasoning your chicken, as Eddie's made. You may be driving. So,
At least 11 spices in that thing, man. Make sure
exactly, there
one
you
of them
go.
jerk too. If it ain't jerk, I ain't cooking. That's how it goes.
Make sure the latest trends.net as well, people. Make sure you check out the latest trends.net online designer clothing at cheaper prices, people. So make sure you check out www.thelatesttrends.net. Make sure, let me just pop it up on the screen as well. Make sure I do so. So you can see the website there. Make sure you go follow the Instagram as well. Brands from Armani, Burberry, Dolce & Gabbana, D Squared, Gavinci, Kenzo, Off-White, Palms Angels, Prada, Versace, plus more. So it's clothing, footwear, male and female. Like I said, so treat yourself, people. Head over there, treat yourself. I'm gonna try and talk to my Don, talk to my guys, and try to get you a code for it or something like that. But yeah, make sure you do so. Go check it out, www.thelatesttrends.net. And just love to everyone who is supporting the channel as well. And this has been the ManDem United podcast. And we'll be back with the ManDem United podcast next Friday, the same time, people, because it's European football. So we're back next Friday with this show, 6 to 8 p.m. And this has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up.